This week's reflection is kind of personal. This is going to be a little raw in some ways, but maybe it's also something you've experienced or are experiencing, and this is why I'm sharing it with you. My healing journey has been a long road of learning, falling, stumbling, climbing, cheering myself on, my mentors, empowering, and at times absolutely heartbreaking. If you're new here, I'm Colleen, your personal life coach, with another short Just Colleen podcast. We live actual experiences and we learn ways to walk through life. We walk through the tunnel to a lighter perspective without the blame and without the shame, without the guilt. I let go of my toxic long-term partner. I let go of a string of toxic jobs and toxic people. And while all this might sound like a huge pat on the back, or maybe a documentary called She Finally Chose Herself, the truth is what followed wasn't a party, wasn't a confetti shower. It was a slow, messy unraveling of everything I thought I could rely on. So how can I stop this pattern? I'm here to share with you today what I have learned. Because here's what doesn't actually get posted on social media. Am I happier today? Absolutely. Is my nervous system calmer? Oh, yes. My body? Is it healthier? Absolutely. My mind? Clearer? My smile is so much more real. Also, at the same token, comes the hard part. Resources that just won't seem to help persons between the ages of 50 and 65. And that's just the reality nowadays. Those bills, they pile up, and they're without forgiveness and huge added fees. Job applications, they go unanswered like texts from someone who loves you, but they're just not ready. Being over 50 in this era, well, let's just say age-inclusive hiring is a beautiful, great idea that, due to new AI reviewers, get bypassed, and some days feel like a burden. Decades being the sole provider, the giver, the strong one, the one who cry, but yet still say everything happens for a reason, and hindsight is 20/20. I try to remain the positive one, the faith, the light. So how can we hold both things? The joy of finally being free, but the grief and the feeling of financial instability that follows it. How can we keep moving forward when we realize that the toxic and the unhealthy people we left behind, we realize that they actually ended up being our security? I share with you what I've learned and what I'm learning. Freedom isn't always convenient, right? Sometimes, you choose your peace and it costs more than staying in the storm. But if you stayed in that storm, it continues to cost you yourself. You are not a failure, no matter how many times this happens. Don't allow yourself to feel that way, no matter how many times you have to ask for help. Because asking for help when you're doing your very best to be your best, it's not taking advantage, even though people may seem that you are. Ask first before you accept that loan request that you get, say, in the mail, because you just can't afford it. Reaching out to those you trust that can help. That's trusting love. It's allowing people who you feel may be able to give, who may be able to want to give, and who will show up for you. This is not a weakness. It's a community. And each time you experience this type of situation, sure, maybe it seems like a roller coaster, but you learn more each time. You become stronger within yourself. You gain new perspectives. And maybe you even come across that aha moment. Remember, this isn't the end. Being stuck financially right now doesn't mean that you're going to stay in that position. Sometimes the restart button, well, it takes longer to get going, and sometimes you may even have to push that start button a couple times, especially after situations, and you have to rebuild your life. But you're rebuilding your life now from the inside out by learning from each situation. And listen, If you've been turned down by jobs, if you feel like your age is a factor and it's more of a wall than it is a window, your value did not expire with your last paycheck. You carry decades of intellect and wisdom, and you've survived really hard things, and you've chosen healing over comfort. That's not failure. That's courage. Today, I ask, give yourself permission. Rest. Rest your body. Rest your mind without guilt. Receive without shame. And hope without needing that whole plan mapped out. You've had to go through experiences more than once. You didn't throw your life away. And right now, you're here to rescue it. And well, right now, again, if the money hasn't caught up to you yet, your spirit and your soul have. And that's not nothing. That's everything. So I'm going to leave you with this thought for the week. We've all heard the phrase, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But ask yourself, are you really repeating the same identical pattern? Or have you evolved just a bit each time? Life is your classroom to learn, to grow, to share, and to love. Thanks for hanging out till the very end with me. If today's episode resonated with you, hit that like button and drop me a comment. Share this episode with someone who may be going through being free yet not free. Remember to hit that subscribe button to be notified of any new episodes of the Just Colleen podcast. We are your short weekly podcast, sharing real life experiences with tips and tools to help you to reflect on your life for wellness sake. Remember, Just Colleen is a donation-only platform for all services, including coaching. All right, so take care of your spirit, and may the support you need find its way to you without shame and without delay. Have faith. Until next time.
Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Just Colleen, and have a fantabulous day.